Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 188.
188.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Our official travel agency. Welcome.
Yes, and they have been around since 1998 and have 80 vacation planners. And they can book travel around the world, but they really focus on Walt Disney World and the different Disney brands.
Very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yes.
Also, Theme Park Connection.
They are our original sponsor, and you can get 10% off online or in person.
We always like a deal.
Yes.
And also our official ticket agency, Maple Leaf Tickets. Check them out. And we received some mail in the Mousesteps mailbox recently.
Well, on the contact form on the site, and I didn't know who to write back to, so we figured we'd just answer it here. Somebody asked what our opinion of Saratoga Springs was, and that they can rent a DVC studio for a good deal. Mm-hmm. And especially if you're going to Disney Springs, this is my answer. And I was a travel agent also for 6 years and worked at the Disney Reservation Center. But with Saratoga Springs, you're very close to Disney Springs. So especially if you're going to go there a lot, I think it's a terrific place. And we've had friends who have stayed there, our friend Kelly, for weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Several weeks. And they loved staying there.
It's a great location,
it's
especially if you're doing that. Look at the pool there.
Yeah, I mean, the pool is great. I mean, I like the tree houses, especially over there. But, you know, you can't really go wrong. You are further from the parks than some properties. And it isn't my favorite of the DVC properties, but it's still a really good choice.
Well, I hope that answered the question.
I hope so.
Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to start off at the Magic Kingdom. It was a beautiful but warm day last week, and we hadn't been there in about a month, which is unbelievable.
I know, and you had to get your hair cut.
I had to get my hair cut. Nowhere else to go but the Magic Kingdom. Michael, of course. And again, I'm glad we were back there. You can see a little construction going on, or a little fixing up there at Guest Relations.
Well, you can see all the patriotic banners, but I was going to say, I get my hair cut. And I know everybody probably knows that now. That's where I get my hair cut too, because they don't try to sell me anything.
A lot of people don't think women can get haircuts there.
Can.
Absolutely can.
They don't wash the hair, but they'll spray it down with water, and then you can get some, magical pixie dust in your hair later.
So now we'll take a look at the latest of Mickey's Royal Friendship Faire, which is opening June 17th. They have released some photos of Mickey in his jester attire. What do you think of that?
It'll be very interesting. I mean, to have a whole new show in the Magic Kingdom.
I'm glad they didn't go with the Shanghai-looking Mickey, though. It's a traditional Mickey, and I think he looks good.
But we may see the Shanghai Mickey and Minnie eventually, so you never know.
So tell us, what is a good description of the show?
Well, Disney has said, performed on the grandest stage in the kingdom, the new show, which debuts June 17th, along with pretty much everything else is debuting that same week,
right,
presents Mickey Mouse and his troupe of merry makers, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy, who invite 10 new friends from different animated worlds to join the celebration. We already know it's going to be like Anna and Elsa, Flynn and Rapunzel, I believe. And this timeless fairy tale of a show combines grand dance, fireworks, and stunts.
Stunts? A stunt show.
I don't know.
Very interesting.
With memorable music, an original song, and special effects.
Well, that'll be soon. So in about
Very
a week
soon,
or so, we will see what kind of stunts are in store.
A lot going on in the next 10 days.
And here is the Walt Disney World Railroad. Again, it was a beautiful day. We decided, we thought the train would be right over. Let's stop and wait for the train.
Well, I wanted a picture of the train in front of Space Mountain. Mm-hmm. That is what I wanted. And I believe it was already there in the station, but it just it wouldn't come.
I think it was getting additional water or something.
It must have been getting something.
It really did, but it was worth it.
We must have waited at least 10 minutes, and it had already been there. So it was totally worth it, because I really like getting that shot.
But you see, this is some of the behind-the-scenes excitement.
It can take a while.
but it was, again, as you say, it was definitely worth it. Oh, Carousel of Progress. So there's some interesting painting going on at the Carousel of Progress.
So, right. And, everybody's talking about this new paint scheme. When you get up close to it, it's not very neat. So I don't know if it's just like a base coat, and then they're going to have more paint.
It's very 70s, actually. Does that not look kind of 70s-ish?
I don't know. It's a lot of
colors there. Are you trying to tell me you think this is just an underpaint?
No,
they would have all this elaborate underpaint?
I just think it's interesting that it's so elaborate, and yet it's so it's kind of uneven. You can see, different amounts of paint and,
It is
you
not
know what I mean?
finished.
It isn't
There's
finished.
only one section.
You know what? It's going to be blue. Like, they're just going to paint over it like blue.
Yeah, perhaps they're testing all the different colors to see how they are in the sun.
You know what? Well, I don't know if you would do it like that. I don't know.
Well, it's...
We'll see what happens in the next couple months. Like, they would have to paint over it probably no matter what.
Again, it was something new, and it was
we
interesting
waited there
to
also
us.
like 10 to 15 minutes just for it to turn around.
That's right, just for paint. Another slow news week for us.
It was a little slow.
So look at the trees, big trees. People think there are no trees left in the Magic Kingdom and in the hub.
Is that
but I
why
noticed
you
from
took the-
I noticed from this position there still are a couple big giant
This is
trees.
the first I've heard about the trees. So
Well,
I didn't know
we're
you
not
were going to talk
heard. They've
about
been
them.
there for years.
No, I'm saying right now I didn't realize you were going to talk about trees.
All right. Speaking of trees, now we're over here at Pioneer Hall, Fort Wilderness, for one of our favorite places of all, Trails End, for the new brunch.
Right, and a few weeks ago they started brunch from 7:30 till 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. It's $23 for adults and $13 for ages 3 to 9. I don't know if it's more of a test or if they are expecting this is going to be a long-term thing. I guess it will depend on how busy it is.
We always love Trails End, never
Mm-hmm.
a bad time there. And of course, we had one of our favorite servers, Ken, who's
Yes.
been there for years.
Ken and Donnell are my two favorite servers. I've had them for like 15 to 20 years
Yeah,
each.
literally.
Yeah,
That's true story.
And Ken is awesome.
And how cool is it for brunch? You can have chili.
Right? You love their chili. I like their chili as well. Also, they have like they call it the world famous fried chicken.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
we're not showing all the buffet. The buffet was not always show ready.
Yes, we like to show things when it is perfect and show ready. So next time we go, we'll have to get there for the very opening, although that might be too early.
No, I'm not getting there. It's
Early, pre our
7:30.
bedtime, but now you can see it on our plates, and there is the nice Mickey waffle. You could see that. Is that Canadian bacon?
I think it's like a Canadian bacon. I believe they had ham up there. So they had carved meat, and is that like an eggs Benedict? There?
That is an eggs Benedict. That is indeed that. I had some shrimp there. You'll see there's their famous fried chicken, which was wonderful. Salmon. So quite the selection.
It really isn't a bad price compared to a lot of the restaurants on property for. Oh, you had it.
Pro tip: if you ask, they will make you a your own omelet. And somebody told me to try this. I've never had this before. A chili and cheese omelet.
Did you like it?
It was wonderful. Not for everybody, as you could see. You would not probably want that, but I thought it was great.
I don't know. I don't know if I would like that or not. And then we had orange juice. You can ask for
Jungle juice.
No, they call it moonshine.
Oh,
there.
that's right,
So
moonshine.
it's similar
That's
to
right.
jungle juice. They had red velvet cake. They did not have their, I'll say famous strawberry shortcake.
Well, it is brunch.
For morning. Yes. And then you also have like a variety of muffins and pastries and just all kinds of different items.
We will have to go back for research
At some
purposes
point.
to show the full buffet. Oh boy, now we're moving over to SeaWorld. We got to ride Mako yesterday.
And this is something I would not do after eating a Trails End.
Yes, you do not want to have a
Big
giant
meal.
Trails End meal and run over to Mako.
And we talked to some of the creative team who designed the roller coaster that we will also show later us riding.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And Brian Morrow is always fantastic and always so much fun to listen to. And here he is just telling us a little bit about the coaster.
I'm Brian Morrow. I'm the Vice President of Theme Park Experience Design here at SeaWorld Orlando. And guess what today is? We're opening the Mako. It's a big, big day for us and very, very exciting.
So can you tell us about this new realm? Because it's not just the coaster.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a SeaWorld attraction if we just built a ride. That would feel very strange. We build entire worlds for all of our guests to explore. So if you're not a coaster rider, which I'm guessing most folks are, but if you're not, we got other experiences for you. We have the Shark Encounter. We have brand new educational experiences throughout the land called Shark Rec Reef. And we have new retail, shopping, games, and other experiences all throughout this realm, all about these awesome sharks.
But Mako is what we're going to talk about most today because that's what everybody is so excited about. So
Mako, she's the center point of the world right now, I think. Yes, yes.
what was your goal in creating this attraction? This ride?
So it's been a while since SeaWorld Orlando had some big thrills. We built Manta, nailed it, best flying coaster ever. We know how to do these things. Then we said it's time for some family indoor attractions. So we did Turtle Trek, we did Penguins for little kids, and now it was really time to up the thrill. So myself and Mike Denninger, we got together and we said, what are we gonna do? and we said no one's doing hypercoasters in Orlando, and we, the company that created one of the very first hypercoasters ever, Apollo's Chariot, we know how to do these things. So we called B&M, and it all started. And so we found a site for Mako right here in the shark area. It's an underutilized space in the park. Sharks have always been here at SeaWorld Orlando. We weren't telling the whole story, so this lets us now tell the complete story of the shark, how it relates to our guests and why it matters, and what is cooler than a shark-themed roller coaster? I mean, shut it down, right? It's the best thing ever, so we kind of nailed it, right?
What's the most exciting part of the ride for you?
So I am a first hill junkie, right? I am a front row, hang me over the top of the lift, just let me hang for a second and dangle and drop down and right to the water. And Mako is really cool because about 90% of the ride is actually over water, which makes it very unique as well.
So what is your favorite location on the coaster? What one do you suggest for guests who might be riding?
So I am a front row right seat guy. It's typically where I spend most of my time. I've also in the back, which provides a little bit more aggressive airtime moments. But I like seeing the front. I like seeing the track drop underneath me, and I love seeing this purple box beam that we have, just sort of rising and falling as we kind of travel along. It's really quite beautiful.
All right, well, I can't wait. Let's go get on the ride.
We will be.
Mako time.
That's right. All right.
Hey, and when you're up there, just wave at all the other tiny attractions in Orlando because it's actually the tallest.
Will do. Thanks, Brian.
All right, bye.
So as Brian said, it is Mako time, and here we are.
Well, you know what? I had my eyes closed on the first time. We had to do it twice because there was a video glitch.
How horrible.
Yes.
We had to do it twice.
The first time I went up
this
hill.
was the first time, and
Okay,
there's
yes,
your eyes
my
closed.
eyes are closed, and I really feel like kind of closing them now because I don't know which is worse, is like the climb or watching myself on video. And I think watching myself on video is actually
You have
worse.
not even seen this, ever.
No, I haven't. I'm not watching the whole thing right now. So this is a 200-foot coaster. That's what we're climbing, is to 200 feet. And this
Beautiful
is,
views, by the way.
well, I didn't watch the first time.
You need to have your eyes opened. Now, here's the now you watch this when we're going almost straight down,
The
right?
first time I didn't watch it at all. The second time I did watch it some. You can see here I had my eyes closed still a lot. And then you have all these like other hills where you're getting like a ton of airtime. You don't really get that on the first hill, but you get it on subsequent ones. Also, I don't know if you saw how the restraints are. There isn't one for the shoulder. And you want to make
It's
sure
just a lap bar.
as tight as you can get it because your butt's going to get off the seat anyway.
Well, believe me, they got it really tight for me. And let me tell you, I went also a few more times that you didn't.
That I didn't.
In the back row. Much, even more, like he said, more aggressive. You get some serious airtime in the back. It was fantastic. I love it. I could ride it all day.
This is the longest, tallest, and fastest coaster in Orlando. It goes to 73 miles an hour. That is the top speed.
See, your legs, my arms, everything just floated there. It's
I'm
like,
not
it's-
looking.
It's weightless. It's wonderful.
And you know what? It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be.
Very smooth.
It's
very,
a very
smooth.
smooth coaster.
And pay no attention to the little video glitch. That's how it came out. And
Yeah.
here you are. Here we are. And you're telling that's a roller coaster enthusiast. The Ace, they had the Ace guys
He
there.
loved it. He had already ridden it a bunch of times.
He rode it even later when I went on it. He was still riding over and over again. So those guys just love it.
He was very nice.
And Lauren over there loved it too. She was a great sport there. So it was awesome to talk to both of you guys and see what you thought.
Well, she was there from all ears.
That's right.
So getting to try it. And she had ridden it at least 4 times as well.
And look at all those cameras. Every angle is
I
fully
know.
covered there. So that's slightly intimidating when you're sitting
was.
there with all the cameras. Oh, we need to talk about the mural, the Guy Harvey mural.
Right. Guy Harvey created this mural a couple weeks ago. We did not have an opportunity to go over there. We could have.
As it was being painted, yeah.
Right. But we did get to interview him this time and to kind of see his work. And that was really nice.
Yeah, he was really interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
that was great. And we'll link to all that in the show notes. That is another show.
That's
Quicker
another
than
show.
usual this week. We'll be back with a even longer show. MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. So excited to have them. Also, Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency.
And Theme Park Connection, our original sponsor.
Thanks everybody for listening. Have a great week. We will see you all next week.
Have a great week.